Interestingly, 10 times we've asked the question about the greatest contributor to success, and every single time over 20 years in each of these 10 research studies, active and visible executive sponsorship was identified as the greatest contributor to success. We need our senior leaders to actually lead change. We need them to not just lead change by title, but lead change by action. And what we find is that if I actually peel back the data, not only qualitatively is sponsorship identified as the top contributor to success, but quantitatively, the effectiveness of our senior leaders as sponsors of change directly drives project outcomes. So we see a direct correlation. The better sponsorship we have on an initiative, the more likely we are to meet or exceed objectives on that change. Now, I do think there is confusion in the marketplace about what it means to sponsor change. And so slide 22 gives you some more of the research here, that it is not just signing checks and signing charters. A senior leader needs more than a pen to paper to sponsor change. What they need to do is really fulfill the role of sponsorship. And the research informs us the ABCs of sponsorship is what we need from our senior leaders. We need them to actively and visibly participate throughout the project. They cannot just show up at the beginning and disappear. They need to be active and visible participants from the beginning to the end. They need to resolve obstacles. They need to make the decisions. They need to stay connected to the project team and the change management resource. They need to be active and visible participants. The B of the ABCs is to build a coalition of sponsorship. They need to build and maintain support for the change with the other key leaders who must drive the change forward in their parts of the organization. And the C is to communicate directly with employees. The research is abundantly clear that in times of change, frontline employees want to hear from the top why the change is happening, why it's happening now, and what the organization expects to get out of it. So our senior leaders must be the voice of those messages in their role of sponsoring change. Now, unfortunately, the research also suggests that half of senior leaders don't know what it means to sponsor a change. They have the ability to do it from an ADKAR perspective, but they don't have the knowledge. They don't know what specific action steps they can take to advance the change from a sponsor perspective. And if I go in a little bit deeper, I find that overall, building a coalition and communicating directly with employees are the roles that our leaders are struggling to fulfill. They know that they are important. They don't know what they need to do in times of change.